Welcome back guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back in the garage again because finally arrived the MotoDynamics tail tidy, which I've got fitted on the bike now. So let's just jump straight into it and show you what came in the box and the fitting to the bike. So guys, I've just taken all of the bags in the box and just laid out so you can have a see of how it came and what actually comes in the kit. So obviously starting off with the main plate from MotoDynamics, black powder coated. It's nice and solid and rigid, so it's going to take up a lot less space than the standard one that's on there, and it's not much smaller than what the license plate is going to be itself, so it's going to be nice and neat on there. And then along with the actual base plate that goes underneath, it will sit on there, and there's not going to be an awful lot on show, to be honest, which would be good, just the way I like it, nice and neat and tidy. Along with that, also got a new license plate light LED there with the adapter, so obviously can we just do the plug and play once I get them connected up there. That should be easy enough, just connect straight into the holes there. Along with that, also got the bag with the spacers in there for underneath the bolts and the bits to put the indicators on. So at the moment I've still got the standard indicators, which hopefully will replace in the future, but at least it's came with it. I shouldn't have to do anything else. Should be simply take it off of the original tail on there and then put it onto the new one. Should be easy enough to do. And talking about easy enough to do, we've got a single sheet of instruction there. I've already had a look to see if how easy it is to take it off and that, and it looks like it'd be mega simple. So let's cut to that. Let's cut to actually getting onto the bike. Right guys, so what it says is we're going to take off these, well, it says 4 bolts, was actually 5. These here, one up there, and there's one here and one tucked underneath there. So we'll get this bit off and then we'll see what's happening. This should just pull away and just the indicators hang down there. So once we get the cover off, next thing to do is just disconnect the license plate light and also the 2 indicators there. So that's the license plate light in the white. It's marked up with an L and R for the indicators. These ones are quite easy. You can just sort of press and pull that one out. That's the left one. And the same on the right. So just press and pull, so you got them all disconnected. You can then pull away the wire housing there. We do need to snip these cable ties to then put it back up through. Take off. What we're doing is taking off the bit holding up there. What we need to do next is get these 4 6mm bolts out to take the whole fender off the back. And that just pulls out the full thing, and also will take off the indicators from here as well, so they just pull off these sections. They just pull off and they come away, so we can use them for put on the next one till we get aftermarket indicators, and then we can just put this to the side. Right, so what we're going to do is assemble the actual license plate holder itself. So I'm going to begin with is putting the license plate light on there. And we're doing this now because it will just be easier to sort of assemble it here at the workbench rather than necessarily whilst it's on the bike. And if I always need to go back and tighten up, I can always do that. So that's on there, nice and snug. Next thing, just make sure these cables stick the weight, and then we're going to mount that on the actual plate itself, and then so we'll get that. So if we just tighten up this nut, you need a 4mm Allen key to hold it in place on this side, and 10mm on this side to tighten up. And just before you fully tighten up, just make sure these other holes and that are all lined up perfectly. Because once you tighten it up, then you go to put the bolts in to put it on the bike, and then you need them lined up. So should do it. So I'm going to get this on nice and tight now. So that, put that on there, nice and snug with the lock nut, so that should be nice and solid in there. So what I was saying, what I want to do now is just connect up the license plate light. So you want to go from the white cable to yellow. So just squeeze it in there so it's nice and snug. There we go, clip that in. And then from this one black to blue. And that clips in there, that's quite nice and solid. I'm just going to give them a little squeeze just to sort of clamp it in a wee bit. So what we're going to do next is take the cable housing here and we're going to poke it through the hole on the tail tidy, and that will be easier to work with once it's on the bike, and then we can just poke everything back through. And what you might notice as well, just to make it a bit easier in the long run, I've just taken a tiniest wee bit of glue and just put the spacers on there just to hold them in there. Like, it doesn't really matter once it's on if the glue breaks away, it's just to get the bolts in and make it easier rather than me try to fiddle them all about, balance them all and then get them all in. So if we could pull that. And then what we're going to do is take the first bolt and we're going to put a bit of thread lock on it, just so it doesn't budge anywhere while it's on the bike. And then we'll get this first one lined up. And we'll just do it finger tight for the time being. From there, we can then now start to tighten everything else up properly. Now that's tightened up, we can now start working on the indicators. So next bit to do is put these indicators on. So as you can see, we've got the 4 holes here that line up perfectly for the indicator mount in there. So I'm going to attach on there. So just to show you what I've done with this indicator, this is obviously going to mount onto the license plate bracket there. So I quickly had to look at that, got it all on there. You can see actually how good the quality is. Everything fits really nicely. You can definitely tell they've thought about it a bit. So I'll show you what I've done on the other one now. So as it came off the bike, it had this clip here, so you want to remove that. I found the easiest way to remove it is just to try and pull it out like that from the cable ties there, and then just get a pair of scissors and snip them off, because we can always put more cable ties on later on if we need them. Snip them on so they're not on show, and then we want to take this rubber bit off because it's going to sit nice and snug, a lot snugger than I thought, which is brilliant. What we need here is we've got a 4mm Allen key, and inside there is the bolt, so we just want to try and loosen that off. It's got a bit of thread lock on there, as you expect. So if we can get that in there, and then just get that. So if we can just if you hold the cable out the way, and it comes out as easy as that. Put that down there, and then from that we can just pull this bit off and slide the connector through out the way without pulling. Try and be careful so you don't pull any of the cables out or break anything. I mean, I am planning on replacing the indicators at some point, but up until then I need to use these. So there we go. So that comes off. What I did then was just put the rubber back down into there just so it's nice and sealed. From them you get, with the kit, you get these little brackets that also fit together. There's 3 of them. Oh, you get the inner, the middle, and then the outer there. So if we just thread that through there and over, and that sits there. Take the actual bracket itself and do the same with that, and as you can see it just fits nice and snug. And this last one you don't actually have to thread over, you can just put it like that. Or to be honest, what I'll do is I'll put it that way, because it just means when it's sitting on the bike, it means that's not going to fall out of there, so we'll put it that way. So while they're all sitting like that, just get your original bolt again. I'm going to put a bit more thread lock on there, just so it doesn't come loose. Get a good amount on, and then we're just going to make sure everything's lined back up the way it should be, and we can place that in there and start to tighten up. Let's see, just get it all done by hand first, just because in case anything goes wrong it's easier to remedy and fix, and then from them we can then just start to tighten that up and tighten that up nice and tight, and then that's it. So that's now then good to go on. You've got your left and your right there, they're going to go onto the license plate, and we'll bolt them on. So that's what these last 4 bolts are, they'll go on there, and then we can then wire it all back up, tuck it all away and make sure it's all nice and neat, and then we're good to go. You've got an extra pair of hands which will help put the indicators on, but what I've got is just a nice clamp, which just is going to make it a bit easier for me to get it on there, hold it in place without having to worry too much about it. So now just to put the indicator back in, let's say, just showing you earlier on how to put them together, but it is better if you do it while it's on the bike. There we go, so that's on there. Looking good. So all you do now is get it all wire back up and thread back through. So the white there is for the running light. Here is the left turn signal, which I'm on the left side. So that's now in there. And finally the right for the right turn signal. I'm just going to quickly at this stage check to make sure that everything's working. So the running light's working and both indicators are working. There we go, right one's working fine and left one perfect. So with just a wee bit of TLC, as a wee bit fiddly, we can get them all tucked up in there and everything is nice and neat. I might put a wee cable tie just around these bits here just to stop them from vibrating about the place and hold them in there and stop them from like obviously getting sliced or anything. But that is it on there. Nice and solid, looking nice and neat and fresh. I'll do another wee video just round about just so you can see it. So there she is, guys, on there, looking nice and neat. A lot smaller, nice and tucked away, just the way I like it. Looks a lot better. I really like it, really happy with it, and just can get us in shot, just a bit of a comparison. Obviously the difference, you know, it's a big one, so it's a lot better. Easy to fit, nice and solid, and once the light split's on there, good to go. Right, happy with that, and I think that's all for this week. I'll see you next time.